So we pick up where we left off last week when Kirk and Rashida had their conversation, and pretty much Rashida confronted Kirk with the rumors about him having a baby with another bitch by the name of Jasmine, a woman that he met at an Atlanta strip club that he tried to pretend like he didn't fucking know. Let me just tell y'all about this. Okay, I already said what I had to say about Rashida on the last video that I did about Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and Kirk is just a lying ass nigga. Like, he really sat up there and just lied blankly to her face. Like, he really just sat there, and then I did fuck around on you with her. I did, but she hasn't been around my family. She hasn't been around my son. She hasn't done anything. Okay, if you can lie about even knowing about this girl's existence, what the fuck make you think that we're gonna believe that you didn't even have this fucking girl around your family members, or that you didn't have this girl around your son? If you can be on video acknowledging the fact that this girl got a child by you, if you can be on camera acknowledging this baby and saying you're the father, what make you think we're gonna believe anything else that you try to deny? You, Kurt, you are a lying ass nigga, and that's just what it is. You are a liar. You know what I mean? I'm not on Rashida's side at all. I don't fuck with Rashida. I don't like Rashida. But at the end of the day, you dead ass wrong. When she first asked you about it, when she says there's something that you need to let me know, you know what I'm saying? You should have told her right then, but instead you decided to lie and forgot that you're on reality TV, and forgot that Carly Red was gonna get the tea at any means necessary. She was gonna fucking get the tea. So now here go Rashida. She's crying, she's throwing things, she's threatening to drag him out the house, all sorts of shit that she always do. And at the end of the day, y'all, I'm just over the fact that Rashida always yelling and screaming about what she gonna do and all of this stuff, when clearly she ain't going nowhere. That she been with this man since she was a teenager. She ain't going nowhere. She gonna forgive his ugly lesbian ass anyway. So that's the end of that. But all I'm saying is, Kirk, really? But Rashida, you should have left Kirk alone a long fucking time ago. But it's so funny just sitting back looking at this, because you would think that y'all was the fucking Brady Bunch. Like y'all was the Cosbys or some shit like that. Like y'all was the fucking Huxtables or some shit like that. Or even the fucking Criers, to be frank. Or the Harringtons, to be fucking frank. You would have thought you was one of these motherfuckers. But you sitting up here living your life like any other hood couple. I've seen this shit so many times before in my life. Like, really, bitch, you sat up here and bragged about this man saying that he was the best thing since sliced bread, and you done caught him, and you done seen him in fucking hot tubs with other bitches. He done got a DNA test on your motherfucking ass on your own damn son that he knew that he had with you, and all of that shit. But you didn't leave him then, so now it takes him to fuck a stripper and get a baby by her, for you to try to leave him. Girl, bye. But anyway, so we get it to Tommy. She's saying that she's trying to up her crew. She wants to hang around different people. She don't want to be around people that's a bad influence. She don't want to be around people that's been spending time in jail. She just want to be around people that like to have a good time and have positivity. So she gets in the car with Tommy. With Tammy. I didn't know that she knew Tammy's annoying ass. Tammy is another bitch that I don't like, but that's neither here nor there. But I did not know that she knew Tammy. And Tammy was like, their kids are around the same age, they play together. So, Tommy is funny, she's trying to get her life together, and she's a great mother, contrary to what everybody else believe. So they head off to this, this fashion show that Arian is hosting, and Jessica Dime, big fat ass, just so happened to be walking the runway. And the next thing you know, when Tommy walks in, not only does she see Dime, one person that she had an issue with, but she also sees Carly Red, the bitch that she jumped over the damn table to try to fight just last season. So it's already some awkward tension in the air. So, you know what I'm saying? That's when Tommy walks over. Tammy introduces Tommy to, Mimi. Tommy apologizes to Mimi for fucking up her party. She introduces her to Arian and everything like that. So, she pretty much says, it doesn't matter what you said about me dying, you okay, blah, blah, blah. But then when it came down to Carly, they tried to hug it out. But it's pretty clear that Tommy can't really get past the fact that Carly was fucking her nigga, and they were supposed to be cool, you know what I mean? And they you know, at the end of it all, at first they hugged it out, but then after the fact, you know, Carly could clearly see that Tommy didn't want to fuck with her like that. It was pretty clear to everybody else that Tommy really didn't want to fuck with Carly like that, because she can't get past the fact that Carly fucked Scrap. And you know, at the end of the day, you know, you can't really blame her for that. You know what I'm saying? But you know, Tommy just walked the fuck away. So after Tommy walked away, you know, Carly was like, I gotta talk to you, you, and you. She was talking about Arian, Mimi, and Tammy, except for Jessica Dime. So Jessica Dime had to walk away because, you know, Carly just didn't want to talk about that in front of Jessica. So I'm guessing she just brought around all of Rashida's real friends. So she spills the tea to them about what happened with Jasmine and the baby and all of that. Now, Tammy felt some kind of way about the conversation because she felt like Carly was gossiping. That wasn't the right place or the right time to sit up and have that conversation. And as I said before, I don't fuck with Tammy. I don't fuck with Tammy. I don't fuck with Georgia Prune. But at the end of the day, I felt like that was like a real bitch move on Tammy to just end that conversation. Because, you know, at the end of the day, I like Carly, but she messy as fuck. And she don't know when to shut the fuck up sometimes. And don't get the tea from your friend and be, you know, comforting her and then come back to the rest of the girls and gossip about it. So that's why Tammy just shut that conversation down and we moved on to the next space. So now we meet the infamous motherfucking Rod. You know, and don't judge me for this, but I like Rod. Not his character, but I like Rod. Like, that is the type of man that'll get me in trouble. Like, that's the type of man that I talk to. That's the type of man that keeps giving me all these fucking issues in life. But I like Rod. But let me get off of it. He explains his relationship with Jasmine. You know, Jasmine was his girlfriend. She was fucking around with Kurt. And the next thing you know, she got a baby by Kurt while he was in jail. So then, that's when he said, you know, they have a complicated relationship, but they're not the only ones involved. And we meet this other girl named Kiana, who is, you know, Jasmine's girlfriend and Rod's girlfriend. So they pretty much have a three-way relationship. What the fuck? I was like, this is Tara, Amina, and Peter on motherfucking steroids, bitch. Like, they sleeping in the same bed together. You know what I'm saying? They all in this shit. And I'm like, what the hell? So, not only that, it also comes out that Kirk also fucked Kiana too. And I'm like, oh my God, all this motherfucking Louisiana tea just dripping all over this damn TV. Like, what the hell? Both of these bitches the fuck Kurt, and both of them were fucking Rod too. Oh my God, like, it's just crazy to me. That whole thing was crazy. But then Rod was saying that he got to talk to Mimi because he been hearing that Mimi been calling him a scam artist, and he been saying this and that about Mimi and all of that. So, you know, Jasmine was like, well, I think you need to talk to the bitch. So then that's when, you know, Mimi goes over to Stevie's house and they discuss the situation with Kurt and how there's a girl going around saying that she got a baby by Kurt. And the girl just so happened to be Rodney's girlfriend, which is Mimi's ex. Rodney's Mimi's ex. And, you know, Stevie knows about Rodney because, you know, Mimi was with Rod before she got with Stevie. And Stevie said that Rod put Mimi through a lot of shit. But my thing about it is, Stevie, you also put Mimi through a lot of shit too. But if he did that shit and you saying that he put her through a lot of shit, he must have did 10 times worse than what the fuck you could have ever did. That's just what it is. But, you know, Mimi was like, they end up talking about the baby, you know, Jocelyn's baby, and, you know, and in the midst of them talking about Kurt, they talk about Stevie J and Jocelyn's baby or whatever. And she was saying that all these men doing is putting their sauce all over the place, but not thinking about how the fuck it's going to affect their other children. And that is true. They don't think about that. You know what I mean? Like, they don't think about how their child is going to feel about how this even came about. But at the end of the day, just like Mimi said, Jocelyn went on this whole rampage making Stevie J to be the worst person on the earth. But then you got a baby by this nigga. Like, you want to give this child his last motherfucking name, and that's crazy to me. Like, why would you call this man a child molester and all of this other crap, but you want him to have his last name? Like, I ain't never heard of no shit like that. You know what I mean? So Jocelyn, that's why I can't fuck with Jocelyn like that, because she be on that fuck shit. But just like Mimi said, if the baby is his, Jocelyn gonna make his life a living hell. And she also make it clear that she does not want Eva around Jocelyn. So Jocelyn and Melissa, they're trying to prove that Stevie is the father of the baby, and they got his semen stained drawers as the DNA proof. But they went through all of that for no reason, because they put it in a plastic bag, and when you put it in a plastic bag, it takes the contents away. You got to put it in a brown bag. So they've been watching too much TV, really. And the woman said that they have had situations like that before, but you cannot do it like that. You have to put it in something else. You can't put it in a plastic bag. So then, Waka Flocka, he decides that he wants to show up at Tammy's house. And he wants to see Charlie. He has his bags with him. And Tammy was like, I'm not finna let you come in my house. You got to understand what you did to me. You got to realize what the fuck you did. And you got to, suffer the consequences. I mean, you cheated on me. You ruined our family. You didn't give a fuck about what we had when you was out there fucking other hoes. You know what I mean? And these niggas don't realize that. Like, they don't realize what the fuck they got. They wait till after they fuck all these other hoes and see that these other hoes can't get them nothing but 20% of what the other bitch could have gave them in the first place. You know what I'm saying? So Tammy ain't here for the bullshit. She want him to feel what it's like to be without her. And that's probably what he needs to feel, because she's forgiving him time after time after time after time after time again. But she got to let his ass know, I got my own shit. This is what it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? If you want me to come back to you, you got to show me that you ain't gonna do the bullshit that you doing. And I think that's the same approach that Rashida got to take with Kirk. Because every time Kirk did the shit that he did, all she did was curse, cry, scream, threaten to burn his shit up, got her mama involved, and took his ass back. That's all she ever did. She always take him back all the time. So Tammy, I don't fuck with Tammy. Like I always say, I don't fuck with Tammy, but she's taking the right approach with this shit, in my opinion. So then, Mimi and Rod, they come face to face. And Mimi cussing him the fuck out because Rod acting like he don't remember what the fuck he did to her. So he trying to make Mimi see that Kirk ain't shit. So he said, well, I got somebody that can give you the information and let you know that Kirk ain't shit. So voila, who walks up into Melissa's bar? Jasmine and Kiana. Both of them admits to fucking Kirk. Jasmine admits to having a baby by Kirk. And at the end of the day, Mimi don't give a fuck. And that's when Melissa just gave me all my life, when she was reading the shit out of Jasmine. First of all, Jasmine looks like a damn flamingo by the face, and she talk like she got autism, and the bitch act like she's slow. Okay? So it's easy for somebody to fuck that bitch and make her think that they in love and all of that shit, because clearly she's slow as hell. She's another Amina, but just slow and autistic. That's just what the fuck I see. Like, that bitch is crazy as a motherfucker, and the fact that she was trying to come from Melissa in her own bar was motherfucking ridiculous. And Melissa wasn't telling no motherfucking lies, although it was rude as fuck for Melissa to say, you look like the type that have several situations. She do look like the type. Look at her. Look at what situation she's in. Like, you fuck her, you with Rod, and you with his other bitch. So who would find anything you say credible anyway? The only reason why I believe that Kirk is the father of your child is based on the receipts that you put out there. That's the only reason why I believe it. But why would anybody else believe anything you say? Just based off what you got going on alone, bitch. Like, really. And then Rod want to sit up here and say, oh, this in this club is whack too, blah blah blah. And Melissa put them all out. So then, after hearing all the gossip, Tammy decides that she's gonna go to Rashida's house. And she told Rashida, I don't like the shit that I've been hearing, and I'd rather hear it from you and you only, and not from nobody else that wanna gossip. And Rashida was like, it's one thing that he cheated, but to have another baby by this bitch is another thing. To have this bitch around your family is another thing. To have this bitch around your son is another thing. That's too much. And what about my kids? I'm thinking about whether we're going to stay together or not. And if we don't stay together, I'm thinking about how that's going to affect my child, my kids, and everything like that. And Tammy is the right person to go to Georgia Prune about this situation, just due to the fact that she's going through the same damn thing. Like, she's dealt with infidelity infidelity from Walker. She's dealt with other bitches from Walker. The only thing she hasn't really dealt with is the fact that there's a baby involved. Rashida's situation is way more worse off than Tammy's, but Tammy is the right person to comfort her and be there for her because she's going through the same shit. She's separated from her own husband. So why get advice from a Mimi, from an Erin, from a Cardi, from any of these other bitches who ain't never been married and all of that shit? So I'm glad I don't fuck with Georgia Prune and I don't fuck with Tammy. But it's pretty nice to see that she got somebody that's by her side and willing to be there for her because they know what it's like to go through some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They know what it's like. Now, I know it was something that I missed. Okay, so Jessica Dime and Tommy, they decide that they're going to clear the air. They discussed the situation that happened between them. You know, Jessica Dime felt some kind of way. She felt like Tommy had an attitude, had an ass on the shoulder, just based on the shit that was said about Jocelyn, which she did. You know, that's why Tommy didn't like Dime, because she was loyal to Jocelyn. And all the shit that she said about Jocelyn wound up being fucking true. So they decided at the end of the conversation they was going to be cool, they was going to start over, and they was going to go on a double date. And they got a lot more in common than they actually wanted to admit. Which brings us to the very last part of the episode. They get ready for their double date. And Jessica Dime didn't know who the fuck she wanted to bring. She didn't know she wanted to bring her boyfriend, or now she dating some football player, but she decided not to bring him. She decided to bring her girlfriend, who is Alexis Sky, who has a baby who was dating Fetty Wap, who got a beef with Masika Kalisha, who will also be on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood next season. So we will be seeing Alexis Scott again on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. That's her girlfriend. So that's when Tommy comes, and Jessica Dime want to know who the fuck is Tommy's date. Next thing you know, Young Jock walk in. I could have fell to the motherfucking floor. I can't wait till next week's episode. Y'all, when I tell y'all, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is so motherfucking lit already. Already shitting on New York, baby. Already. Just lit already. But, everybody, all of my social media is at the bottom of the video. Follow me on my Instagram, my Twitter, my Snapchat, my Facebook fan page. All that. Follow me on all that stuff. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like, rate, and comment, and just tell a friend to subscribe. You know, share my shit, do what it do. And I'm out of here, y'all, to my Bad Girls Club video, because I'm back on track this week. I was tired out last week, but I'm back on track this week, so y'all gonna get a video every day this week. So I'm out of here, y'all. Till next time, peace.